But yeah, just sort of moving on, I guess. So, yeah, episode 8. So, yeah, I didn't really care much for last episode. This one's it's very
Guilmon shows up and talks trash at Guilmon.
Yeah, like, I've loved, like, a lot of the episodes so far. Like, these three just, like, specifically didn't hit me hard at all.
Yeah, they're fine.
Like, they're not bad, but it's like, Yeah, Itmon's little brat is, like, pranking couples. I think part of it's that it's like, I'm not, like, as fond of Itmon's, like, whole, like, stick as I probably should be.
Like, I think it's pretty funny that the guy's trying to light his cigarette and the lighter won't work. And then Itmon reaches his hand through the bush and he's like, here, I got a light for you. And it's like he's just using his attack thing as to light the cigarette or whatever.
Yeah, it's okay.
Like, when they turn to look at it and he cranks up the intensity of the heat and scares them off.
Yeah. Like, and I think part of it is that it's like, Tamers is kind of like at its best when it's being like serious and like working with these really like cool, interesting ideas and stuff. Like playing up like the danger and like just the like severity of like the situation. And like these episodes, like I don't want to say like they're necessarily lighter for the most part, but they don't feel like they have like as much weight as the stuff we've been seeing so far, right?
Not every moment has to be a super dramatic scene.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, I feel like you could still like bounce out a bit better than they're doing right now, right?
We're 8 episodes in, I think it's fine.
Like, as far as the episodes themselves, I mean, specifically. Like, I don't know, man. But yeah, Itmon's just going around being a little brat. And, like, he just shows up at, like, Guilmon's cage. And, like, I feel like this is one of the jokes that did land better for me, because Guilmon's just, like, spending his days just burying and digging things back up. So Itmon just shows up as Guilmon's like digging out bread from the ground that he's like stored for like, later use. And Itmon's like, oh, hey, give me some bread. And Guilmon's like, okay, just gives him some and he just, munches on it. He's like, yes, it's pretty good. He's like, hey, give me more. And Guilmon just...
I was gonna say it's pretty good. He just eats the piece of bread and then tells Guilmon to give him more. And Guilmon's, oh, you like it that much? And Itmon goes, no, I hate it.
Yeah, at first he says, like, oh, it's not bad or something. And he's like, oh, I hate it, oh, it's disgusting, give me more.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, feels like so sorry for yourself, like listening to humans and, you're stuck in this cage getting, like, handed bread by people. Hey, give me more bread. And it's like, oh man, I see what they're doing there. But yeah, Itmon's just like, hey, you should like come along with me and just have fun playing pranks on people. And Guilmon's like, no man. And he's like, alright, suit yourself, just runs off.
Guilmon's like, I'm gonna go take a dump and go to sleep.
Yeah. So like, meanwhile, Takao's just in class, and he's like, he learns from his teacher that, like, someone's just going around playing pranks on people. And, people think it might be a kid, so watch out. And,
That's more so they're telling the kids go straight home to try to get rid of the problem.
Yeah. But yeah, the, like, whole thing is like, okay, yeah, like, someone's playing pranks, and Takao's like, oh, it might be Guilmon. So we had the whole thing where he's like, oh no, but Guilmon would never do that. Oh man. Oh, but what if Guilmon did do the thing though? and Guilmon gets tricked by Ipmon, who's just like, hey, come with me and we'll like have lots of fun. So Guilmon goes out and like Ipmon does his prank and Guilmon's like, yeah, this is lame, I'm going back.
Yeah, Guilmon is like, this isn't fun, I'm leaving.
Yeah. And Takao sees that like Guilmon is like outside of his cage. So he's like, oh no, Guilmon was playing pranks on, oh no, da-da-da-da-da-da. He's like, oh, I can't believe I trusted you, Gil. Oh no, I hate you. And he runs off like an idiot.
He says something like, I don't care about you anymore.
Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, like, at least they don't dwell too long on the whole, like, loud reveal thing or whatever. Cause, like, boy, I'm just sick of this type of plotline in kids stuff. Like, just the whole plotline where it's like, oh no, like, it's a misunderstanding, I didn't do the thing, I was just trying to help people. And, like, everyone just is like, oh, you're scum, and they leave, and everyone has to stop and, like, feel sad for a bit. But, yeah, like, effing, you know, Takao, like, runs off. Meanwhile, Digimon is just happening.
Yeah, Digimon just kinda shows up.
Yeah.
Imon's standing on a light post or something. No, he's standing on like a statue or something. He's just taunting Digimon like, hi, you're stuck in there, come get me if you're so tough.
Yeah, so Digimon appears in the fog barrier, but he like can't get out for a bit. Cause it's like too small for him or whatever. But they like manages to force his way out and he starts attacking the city.
I love that Imon talks a whole bunch of trash until there's danger, and then he's like, oh man, I was just joking, yeah.
Yeah.
Such a little turd.
Yeah. Oh yeah, before I forget, we also get a moment where, like, you know, we see Takao work on Guilmon's next form.
Yeah, he's drawing Growlmon.
Yeah,
which is just a big Guilmon.
Yeah. Well, actually look at, yeah, like, it has hair, but, like, in the image it's red for some reason.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even...
Yeah, I'm just now noticing, like, yeah, the claws are, like, a different color, too, because, like, in the final form, they're, like, white with black at the tips, right?
I don't know about the black tips, I don't think I paid that much attention, but, yeah. Once again, the Digivice, or whatever, is like, alright, we'll take your design, but we got you.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like, design Growlmon. And he's like, oh man, but like, I should have spikes on his back, because then I can't ride him.
And then when he turns into Growlmon, we don't see Takato ride him anyways.
Yeah, which is a shame, that would have been pretty rad. Like,
he probably does it later, also Takato's terrified of Growlmon.
Yeah. I just want to see Takao ride him eventually.
Right.
I want to see one instance where he's just riding Growlmon. Maybe even, like, sliding cards through the reader as he does it, through the Digivice. Just like, okay, you know, he's turning right, let's, like, you speed up! Just crap like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so Davidron gets out. It's like, Guilmon starts fighting him because, of course, you know, someone has to stop him. There's like,
Davidron is like attacking, flying around and just causing havoc. He's not really trashing buildings and stuff. He's just kind of flying around, scaring the crap out of people.
Yeah, he's you know, threatening the city basically without like actually destroying the city.
Yeah, and then Guilmon at this point has left his little hidey hole to go find Takato. And when Davidron sees me, like, dive bombs him.
Yeah. There's a cool moment where, like, Guilmon is, like, fighting Devidramon. And, like, Remon shows up, right? For, like, a moment.
Yeah, and Rika's like, can we go get him, Redamon?
And Remon's like, no, this is Guilmon's prey. Leave this to him. And it's like, okay, cool, that's the explanation. Like, this is why Remon's not just going Mega and wrecking this thing. Sorry, Champion, not Mega.
She's not quite at Mega yet.
Not quite that level for the moment. But yeah, Takao's like uses cards, he's trying to power Guilmon up to fight Devidramon, but it's not quite working, and like, you know...
Takao's kind of just swiping cards at random.
Yeah, like, he's doing his best, but he's not thinking the strategy through enough, and you know, you see Rika's off to the side like, oh, why'd you use, like, speed up in an area like this? It's way too crowded, you know. You're, like, not getting the use out of your mobility. Ah, what amateur. But yeah, like, this gets to a point where, like, Guilmon can't beat Devidramon on his own. And Takao's crying, and he's like, no, don't stop fighting Guilmon. And he's like, you know, I'm sorry that, like, I was mad at you earlier. You know, he's like, I forgive you, yo, you did what you had to do.
Yeah, well, what it is Terriermon goes off on his own, and he sees Impmon, like watching the fight, and he's like, yeah, get him! It's such a cool fight! And he's like, oh, when you evolve, you're bigger and stronger. I wish I was big and strong. And then Terriermon comes back, and he's like, yo, it wasn't Guilmon, it was Impmon.
Yeah. I do love how it's like when Terriermon just like spies on Impmon, he does this cool thing where he's like hanging from the tree with one of his ears and he's like crossing his arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, just looks really weird and cool. I like it.
He just kind of drops into the bushes below and Impmon's like, what was that? Ah, well,
yeah.
I still imagined it.
Yeah, Takao learns it's not Guilmon's fault and he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I was wrong, I forgive you and stuff like that. And then we get... Yeah. And then we get the evolution. And, like, Growlmon's evolution is sick.
Yeah.
Like, I really like that. It's like, you know, they, like, turn into the weird, like, it's like their skin rips off, and there's, like, you know, the data, like, pattern underneath. And you see, like, they just reform around, like, you know, the framework of their bodies.
Yeah.
You get this really cool shot where it's, like, half of Growlmon's face is formed and the other half is, like, you know, still, like, the wireframe. Oh,
yeah,
it looks so good.
Yeah, the way they do evolutions and Tamers looks really cool.
But yeah, so, like, Guilmon turns into Growlmon and just starts fighting Devidramon. And, like, you get a point where it's like, I don't think I really, like, made this connection before, but yeah, like, Growlmon has the weird, like, energy arm blades he extends.
Yeah, I forgot about those too.
Yeah, because he has, like, the fins on the side of his arm, and they, like, you know, just crackle with lightning and become, like, weird energy blades.
Which is cool, I guess. I think it would be, like, I can't imagine Growlmon without big raptor claws, but, like, the blades, the wrist blades seem kind of redundant when you've got big raptor claws.
Yeah, like, so I'm just now realizing that's like, oh, this is like, you know, the build-up to, like, War Growlmon having the big, weird, dumb arm blades. Where it's like, you know, actual metal, like, blades on his arms. And it's like, huh, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now, I guess. But yeah, Growlmon fights Devidramon. And he just sort of throws up in the air and then just blasts him with energy. Just this big beam of fire and just nukes him. And it's like, oh, alright.
Yeah. And then we just see a shot of Takato looking up at Growlmon, and Growlmon is super intimidating because he's a giant dinosaur.
Yeah. So...
To
Yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
say, so Takato is understandably scared because he's like, oh crap, that's terrifying.
Yeah.